Normally I don't start this early into the draft, but lined up well with the next song that just ended. So here we are. Welcome, my name is Dragondrop, happy to bring you this match versus the Dire. With the Dire versus Complexity Gaming, apparently. Pay no attention to this trickery. It is instead Team Tuho, with Demon standing in, so that's why they got access to the tag. Pablo not joining us today, unfortunately. And they're up against the Wii stack. Saxa, Kazu, Cancel, Weeha, and Tomato. Very scary names put together indeed. So they're pretty fresh though. Might still have some cohesion to work out, whereas Tuho, they've been playing together for a while with successes here and there, but also some failures. Most recently, their drop out of the Well-Play Invitational with a 2-1 loss up against Hellraisers after a 2-0 loss up against 4 Protect 5. So there's still ways to go. But they are definitely determined. They have, I think they have a good mindset going into this new season, and churning or just grinding all these qualifiers is a good indication of that. So we'll see how they can perform right here. This is a best of 3 as we enter the semifinals of the Starlight I-League Invitational Open qualifiers for EU. The winner will move on to the finals, which is another best of 3. There's only one slot to give out, so if you lose, you lose. That's it. The brutality of open qualifiers is still very much alive here. The only good thing, once again, is that it's not a best of 1 anymore. It is a best of 3, so you have that one free loss to play with. Necropho's first pick here for Tuho, so that's a great start. Guard is yours for sure, but Tuho, they've been proven to be flexible. So, and Necropho's a flexible hero in his own right, so they can do whatever they really want with it. But picking it first, like you have to, also means that there's plenty of ways to try and counter it out. Nyx Assassin, not the worst. Good amount of control. And that mana burn could be quite interesting, especially when you pick a puck into that as well. Nyx Assassin normally considered to be one of the better counters to it, because you can just walk into like the silence or the even the orb with the spike carapace and stun up the puck. And once you start that chain, that's chain lockdown essentially on the puck, then any sort of follow-up makes it so easy to actually kill the hero. So very bold choice there from Tuho, to say the least. But they're also up against the Nature's Prophet, so it's also something to consider. You need an ability to jump right on top of him, burst him down when he's trying to go for some sort of split push plays or whatnot. And Puck can definitely do that. Absolutely.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. Look at these bands so far. Fairly meta Ancient Apparition. Maybe not so much. But Tuho will be happy about that, taking that out, so like Necrophos will not have that against them, so maybe also a reason why they picked it up immediately.
10 seconds remaining.
Sven ban. That's an old school Garda hero. Maybe just banning heroes that they don't like playing against and that they've seen Tuho play a couple of times. The Bear. They played the Lone Druid last time though. 19 days ago. They won the game with it though, so there you go. But yeah, it's mostly just bans from Moth, as they're called on the face of bracket. Or heroes that they don't like to play against, that can counter that split push. Yeah, from the Nature's Prophet perhaps as well. Oracle, alright, that's interesting. Normally we only see that hero as some sort of counter to Bat Riders and whatnot. But if you think about it, it's also a good counter against Necrophos. He drops a Scythe on somebody. Oracle, if he's quick enough with his fingers, he can just press his own ultimate on the same hero, and still gonna take a lot of damage though, is the thing. I'm not sure how the Necrophos Scythe is coded. I think it might be coded that you take like 1 billion damage. They're just deleting you like the axe would. So in that case, Oracle is like some borrowed time. where you still die in the end.
10 seconds.
I have to keep an
remaining.
eye on that. We'll see how it works out.
5 seconds.
Or
remaining.
the other way it could be is that the scythe does exactly as much damage as necessary to get the kill. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Invoker also making an appearance, so plenty of great Invoker players there on this particular squad. So
10 seconds.
good
remaining.
setups already. Nature's Prophet sort of with the Sprout Nyx Assassin. He's probably
5
gonna be in that
seconds
4th
remaining.
position now. Looking at this, so if he lands a stun, that should be good enough setup for these early gank rotations here, especially against squishier targets like the Puck even, or the Shadow Shaman. Puck a little bit more, a little bit less reliable, because if you mistime it even slightly, then he might just phase shift it, but there are ways to deal with that, especially with the higher levels of Nyx Assassin, as mentioned earlier. Shadow Shaman also picking that into Nyx. You can't shackle him if he hits back carapace, obviously. You can still hack him though, so it's not the worst in the world. Ether Shock, great, especially up against all the Nature's Prophet treants, and it gives you that push potential that Tuho have been lacking so far. Now, looking for more. Still need another roamer, one would imagine. Puck either in mid or offline. Roaming for position, normally Pablo's job. I think Demon is picking up the same mantle. I'm not 100% sure though. They've played with him before, so it's not like it's totally unfamiliar for Tuho, and he's also a great player in his own right. So he will be able to fill the void that Pablo would leave. It might change things around in terms of what kind of heroes you can draft. We'll see what Insania wants to do now. You have some push, you have some good magical bursts, so what you need right now perhaps is someone that can frontline, someone to control. Conquer? Sort of works, yeah. It definitely has a lot of control. The X also great against the Nature's Prophet in particular. X and Torrent, you can interrupt a lot of TPs. The boat, great low cooldown crowd control spell together with the Puck, so it's
10 seconds remaining.
good 4 position. If you can make
5
good use of
seconds
it in this
remaining.
meta. Not as ubiquitous as an Earthshaker would be, but it's definitely a viable candidate. Once again though, you do need your levels. That's the one thing. As it is the case with most 4 positions, right? You need to have a good start, get these early levels, so you can actually be more than a glorified melee creep. Extra levels in X for the range, or Torrent for the damage and lockdown is gonna be the name of the game here. Other than that though, that's a Necro mid. Even if the Puck mid Invoker might actually be susceptible early on, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Oracle babysit him for the first couple of minutes, as is standard really, and if one of the supports from Tuho do the same thing for their mid laner, whoever it end up being. We see that more often than not these days, these 2v2s mid, or 2v2 mids.
Dire team pick.
Oh, that's a little bit more interesting. So I think this is an offline Puck. Mid Alchemist. Decent enough matchup against Invoker, right? I mean, they can have a boom and shield. Invoker doesn't do too much damage in these very early levels. By the time he does, you should be able to have level 6, especially if you have some help from Kunkka or Shadow Shaman. Yeah, Garter on the safe lane Necrophos, that's what I'm seeing right now from Tuho. In terms of axe upgrades, Kunkka has the weird boat, the boat that pushes people. Puck, Coil, great axe upgrades, especially when the BKBs come out in the later down the line. No heroes so far on the side of the Wii stack that really want to buy BKBs, but they might have to against all of this this craziness that's happening, especially from the Puck, the Shadow Shaman. Speaking of Shadow Shaman, he also has a decent enough axe upgrade with this Ward Split Shot. And Necrophos, don't have to mention that one. Low cooldown on the scythe means more death, generally speaking. So, in terms of the late game possibilities with this Alchemist, it's definitely there. And, well, we stacked. I still have to pick up a good carry to go against it. Is plenty available, one would think. I want to go someone like Anti-Mage though, because Puck, Shadow Shaman, Necrophos, even with the spell shield, couldn't be bursted down and locked down, more to the point, very easily. So, Draw Ranger, okay.
You may now select your heroes.
I can see that. 4 ranged heroes now, with Drow being picked up. It is somewhat susceptible. Once again, Insania on the Kunkka is gonna have some work to do. Or Demon on the Shadow Shaman as well. If they want to put on some pressure on the Draw Ranger early, and if they can get the drop on Tomato, then they're gonna be able to burst him down fairly easily, with a few levels under their belt. But, and later down the line, it's gonna be down to Mika mostly, and perhaps Gata as well if he picks up a blink to follow up. So they definitely have to protect the Drow Ranger. Outside of that, though, it's pretty solid in terms of the synergy in their own draft. And I mean, the Invoker especially will benefit from that greatly in the middle lane. Right. Quick pause coming out. It's Qualifier on the Alchemist, so likely to be the mid. We'll see though. So they have been known to switch things around every once in a while if it's useful for them. But yeah, guys, this is the best of 3. Make no mistake. These are the semi-finals of the Starlight I-League Invitational EU Open Qualifiers. This is where we're at right now. It's a little bit too loud for me. There we go. Shouldn't affect the stream too much either way, I think. Sound balance is a fickle beast, but yeah. Should be good. If not, let me know in chat. Anything's too low, too loud. Movement towards the top. Do they still have the smoke left? They do, they Demon holding on to one. Looks like they want to perhaps invade the other side. Had some good early game. Some good level 1 fight, that's for sure. Run into any one of these heroes, they should be able to bring them down easily. And well, you can direct approach apart from Puck, who's running into them first.
30 seconds.
Smokes popped here, they scouted him. But will they run into Demon? There it is. Is he fast enough? Saxa is actually very close. Shackles will connect the stun. Will cancel them also, catches the Puck, and now with the extra root, trying to turn things around, but Saxa is still in trouble. He will die. First blood claimed by Demon. As I said, not a whole lot. And the Weeha and his friends can do about that with 4 heroes running you down. Especially Puck, 62 base damage, 74 on Shadow Shaman. Yeah, you're not running away from that. It's a poor little Oracle, even with the 2 armor points that he has. Okay, good start. They're all gonna get to the lanes too. Gonna leave Gata down bottom. He's a Necrophos. He should be absolutely fine up against Kazu. Same time, unless he has help, he won't keep Nature's Prophet from farming either. So it's something that's worth considering, right? You have to always be constantly wary about this Nature's Prophet just being +1 and just tipping a gank over the edge and getting a kill, if they otherwise wouldn't have been able to. So, especially in this middle lane, Alchemist, before it's level 6, one of these heroes that's very vulnerable to ganks. And it's very hard to slow down Alchemist enough for it to matter, but it has happened before, right? Not outside the realm of possibility, and even now, Cancel just doing a decent job denying 1 and 4 so far. The courtesy of that extra help from the precision aura. Go down bottom. Okay, Gata. Nice die, and he will. We are make rotation, as I was saying. As vulnerable as the Alchemist is, so is the Necrophos. Outside of a 1v1 situation until he gets his stick, his Ghost Shroud, extra levels and Death Pulse. So you have that instant heal burst that's bringing you up from no health to full, essentially. Demon stunned up, Kezu with a couple of right clicks. We are in the trees, going for the body blocks. Demon is in trouble as well. One more right click from Kezu will do the trick. At the same time, he's taking a lot of damage himself. Gotta. With a couple of right clicks, the Death Pulse falling. Is that gonna be enough? Don't think so. It's on level 1. Just barely not, and oh, he'll just TP out and probably straight back. A lot of action happening down here. Sania not helping out. There, he's just picking up lanterns left, right, and center, just looking for an opportunity on top to help out his offlane pack. Again, there is damage potential here if you can jump on the right ranger if you harass it down a little bit. And Doxa can't really fight this. Doesn't have the boots. Can't really kite efficiently, so it's they'll get a 1F Insania. If his time would be better spent elsewhere, but he also wants to have this level 2, so he's picking up bouncer and soaking experience here and there. Once you have the axe, the torrent becomes much more reliable. So having that then could lead into kills down bottom much easier. Middle lane. Cancel. Still surging ahead a little bit, not in terms of last hits, but definitely in terms of denies. And this is hurting Alchemists in particular a lot. Getting a few of his own here, but Cancel, so far so good on him. We are also in that 4th position role, just looking for opportunities. He is already level 2, holding on to that point here in case he needs to spike Carapace. He needs that extra bit of burst damage from the mana burn. Level 1, it's not really all that efficient. But it can make the difference, especially if they're ganking an int hero, like up top. Being up top, Tomato, well, no support. Also play very defensively. Insania still sitting in the side, eating his way through. The axe into Torrent. They're gonna go for this Mika. That's not 2 points up in the orbs. A lot of damage potential there, but did the math. Not gonna go for it just yet. Weka, yeah. Already forced to go into the jungle. Did do some stacks early. Made one for himself. We will scout that out. And this is also one of the reasons why it's so hard to slow down on Alchemist. If these jungle stacks are happening, you can just fall back in there. And just, it's as if these denies never really even happened in the middle lane. So at that point, the way you handle that is, with deep aggressive wards, keeping out these strongholds, and then either contesting the stacks if you have the capability to do so, or just contesting the Alchemist while he's taking them, because pre-level 6 especially, supposed to take them before he gets his chemical rage. He can drop very well low, and that's an easy pickup for someone like a Nature's Prophet. Doing quite well so far, as expected on the bottom lane. Oh, Insania. I'm sure if he gets spotted out by his Force Spirit here, and they're gonna go. The Shackle's coming in from the side, but Cold Snap already on a Demon. Will cancel it here, can't cancel. +1 there from Kazu, but Demon eats his way through. I'm sorry, I didn't even mean for that. But yeah, Invoker keeping himself alive, regardless of puns. If it wasn't for that Cold Snap, he would have died for sure. Just the second move of lockdown, another run of right clicks will put him over the edge, but great counterplay there. Now the Shrine will keep them up and running. Garter down bottom. He's at a point where he doesn't really care anymore about harassment at the very least, about dying. Less of a stick. Only one charge on it so far, but it'll be enough together with the Ghost Shroud as well as the Death Pulse burst heal to keep him alive. But looks like they might want to go a little bit aggressively here as well. Demon is sticking around, doing some stacks and pulls, and Senia also making an appearance now. The wraparound is happening. Kazu is none the wiser. And can they get the X off in time though? Is the question. They don't have the vision. And a nice Sprout there as well, keeping guard away, but Demon still making his way through, finds the shackles, the axe is there, the Sunstrike though, might snipe off Demon, and will. Kazu is still alive, now guard is in trouble, body blocked out, he will fall. Insania. Next one on the list, trying to TP out, nothing to cancel it here, so the right clicks are not enough. TP'd up to the tower even, instead of back home. They can stick around and soak some of that experience at least, and well, I guess the heal from the what's it called, Purifying Flames, will help him achieve that. But damn, that was not the way that I wanted that to go. Great play there from Kazu with the Sprout, the Sunstrike on the money. That's the other thing about Shadow Shaman in this situation. Your best disable also disables yourself. So, a bit annoying, but now smoked up top. Mato could be in trouble here if he walks up one more time. Mika 3 points up into the orb. Barely have enough mana for a combo, though, with the silence or the coil, but when Nyx Assassin also around, it's the easiest kill to get, especially if Tomato is keeping in tower range. Very hard to justify going for that, especially sitting in a tower like that. Sunstrike in the mix, and TP potential. I'll cancel clarity, so and they're gonna go for Weeha instead. Actually, doesn't have the spike carapace. Done, not being thrown out. The TP from Nature's Prophet. Demon once again in trouble. He'll be right click down. Eventually, Mika also dropping lower and lower. The Sunstrike almost right on the money. Kezu though with the vision. Great Sprout once again. Block their path and maintain the vision. Secures himself the double kill instead. Great start so far in this early game for the Wii stack, and especially his Nature's Prophet. I was talking about it. Cannot sleep on this hero. He's gonna be rotating. It's gonna be that extra bit of weight on the scale. Not sure if that's I could say that in English, but in German there's a saying essentially that goes along those lines. Yeah. What we will still have though is Qualifier. Some jungle stacks to farm. A great one too, Dark Summoner. You're very happy as an alchemist if you see that. Also very happy if you see this stack, this camp. And the stacks on the other side are still happening here. That's a triple stack with the golems, also very fun. The Qualifier is gonna have an impact. He's not being shut down right now. Question is going to be, is it going to be enough of an impact? And Kazu is already trying to mitigate it somewhat, taking some creep cams of his own. Will be spotted out though. Well, can take some of these treants here to make up for the lost creeps, as Kazu will be chased away. Tuho taking it slow right now, and again, if this alchemist works out later, then this early game will not really have mattered. Already has the armor. That's level 9. You'd imagine he'd go Radiance next, unless Qualifier is a subscriber of the YOLO I'll run into build, but judging by his skill build, it's not gonna be the case. Normally if you do that, you keep some points in Grievous Greed and just go for the Unstable Concoction and go arm the Shadow Blade or Blink or something like that, and then you just dump people up. So with the haste rune, find anything, but they will be able to claim this tower now, presumably, unless it's being responded to. There's alchemist farm in the jungle though with this acid spray. Great tool to actually stop these kind of pushes, but as it stands, it's Sanya and Demon gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. But with the Force Word, the Catapult, all these treants, power will go down, will not be denied. Very hard to do. These damage instances combining. Oh, bottom lane got her. He's in trouble, he might not know it. Here we are. He's Invis. TP into the back lines. Saxa into the into the tower. Sunstrike on top. Didn't even get the heals off. Not sure it would have mattered in the end anyway, with the spot control and everything. He still had tangos, but You never really know for sure with the Necrophos, but this was a situation which was really hard to escape from. Now the instant smoke up. Darks are hoping to get another ward down. They had one deep one earlier, but about to expire. Really like this ward in particular. Scouts out demon now. Big red kill, Weeha. He's only smoked up. He's not invis for another 10 seconds.
Radiant are scanning.
There's a chance of a counterplay there. And Tuho once again playing very defensively here. They have a game plan. Even though they have the Conquer, it's not like alright. It's not like alright, just run at people. Just try and make kills happen. The game plan is to get a big alchemist, go from there and do Necrophos things to which is still very much possible even if you're not on top of the net worth chart. And he's far from that at this point. A little bit sad if your offlane Park is more net worth than you, but it is what it is. He's gonna die again in the same combo. Not a whole lot else you can do there, unfortunately, but they will lose the tier 1 tower bot as a result as well. Looking for the top lane, Mick and Demon. They do have the Serpent Wards as well, and they'll just straight up commit them. Make a trade out of it at least. Okay, yeah, Cancel will find him. Oh god, look at this damage. Ouch. Nora, 39 extra with a max exalt almost. Ugh. Top lane, tower not quite dead just yet. They're farming up some of these wards. We are taking a decent amount of damage in the process. That was not a deny range. Mickey is committing for it. We are trying to shoo him away. We should be able to deny this one. If they want to, there it is. Yep. Not a small win here for Muff. All in all, they're on a good path. Like, Nature's Prophet is doing well. He has a Midas going to try and keep up with the Alchemist. Midas Invoker is, goes without saying. You just need that, period. And then they're surging ahead compared to all the other heroes on the side of Tuho. And again, only that Alchemist. And if he's killed in teamfights, and all of this net worth will be phenomenal. And he even still needs some time. He's farming really well in the jungle. If you look at his GPM, it's up to 600. Almost a 10k net worth. But if he gets brought down in these teamfights, then it won't matter. And there's definitely plenty of damage on the side of Moth if they to actually right click him down, unless he has some serious covering fire. Radiant's up and running though. He'll accelerate his farm even further. Also gives him the ability to even take a fight. Level 2 with the ultimate. Also much more useful. Saxa. They could just get the torrent in here. Not quite. Meanwhile, the stun in the back. They're going for the Alchemist. Can't pop his ultimate until just now, and it's too late. He dies. Demon dies. They get the Cypher off Botnix Assassin. Helped out by that ultimate. Well, we should be able to survive this one. Torrent in the back. Cancel actually dropping super low. Mika needs a little bit of AoE, and he will get it with the orb, so they at least get this one trade. But now he's fighting up against Saxa, and he'll lose that one. The Draw Aura still in play for this Oracle. So much work. So 3 for 1 trade. Not ideal. If Qualifier survives, they're a little bit long. If he gets his ultimate off on this armlet, the fight looks completely different, but yeah. Doing exactly what I was just saying. If they can get that kill, then team fights become so easy regardless. Tuho, for all their strengths, they don't have an Oracle, they don't have Shadow Demon or anyone that can really interrupt that can really save their buddy. They might get a Glimmer Cape or something like that somewhat soon here for Demon, even though he might also want to consider Blink Dagger. Yeah, Glimmer Cape, Lord Orb later down the line. They're gonna need to go for these kind of items, because it's always gonna be an issue. We have now, well, we're saying counter to the park, the Sunstrike. Make a playing around it. knowing exactly that this is a possibility. They're just a matter of mind games. Alright. Where does he think? I think he's gonna place the Sunstrike or whatever. How many steps do I think he had? I think he got scouted out here with his inverse rune, and yeah. They have another sentry, they do, but it does catches him just in the edge. Zaxa, he realizes that he's in trouble, casts a couple of spells. But Sunstrike on the money. Oh, oh no! How many? He only said in 60 health points, but from 100% to 0. Feels bad, man. Sunstrike, the Purifying Flames, and the right click. I think that was what happened. Even make a trade out of it. Well, Invoker Gaming. Kazu? On the secret mission 2, placing a ward, and I don't think that's been scouted out. That just in the edge. Yeah, that's out of vision. Now to smoke. Qualifier, he's still doing his thing, he's still farming. Doesn't even care. Like, yeah guys, you do you, I do me. Let's find somebody here. Kazu would be a big bag. A big old pinata to pop if they could catch him, but... Pinging him out, Gado with the force of a cross, they do see him. The axe is there, into tower, into boat, demon is there with the scythe, not off cooldown, so no style points for the finish, but they get it anyway. Gado, a lot of gold in his pocket.
We'll take that.
These are the kind of pickups that they need, just to act as a stabilizing force to get the rest of the heroes up to snuff in terms of net worth, because they still can't fall too far behind. Right now they are. The Sunstrike here on Shadow Shaman will just straight up fall again after Weir's initiation. Poor demon being the sacrificial lamb. Mania. I find the Jar Ranger is running right into them, but Tomato on the high ground can throw the silence, but the X came out already. Qualifier here as well. Gonna look to try and turn this around on Gunka, but the stun still comes through. Kazu might be able to finish up Insania, but not quite enough damage. Qualifier is going ham, but now the ultimate, there's the scythe. A lot of damage, some of it being blocked, but of course that ultimate, we'll keep an eye on it. Mika will die regardless. So does Tomato, so... is it worth it? Is the question. The answer is... not really. Sort of. Straight up 1-for-1 trade. He was the highest farmer on the side of Tuho for a while, and now with that death, Garter actually touched the highest farmer outside the Alchemist, obviously. Yeah. Qualifier though, he is becoming a force to be reckoned with. He has that radiance, he has the wood to travel to be anywhere he needs to be. Armless, great enough tool regardless. Getting close to the level 3 of the Chemical Rage, and one would imagine it's a Manta style in the works now with the ultimate orb. Just going the classic Alchemist build. Demon found himself in this rune. Quite useful, especially if you can use it to not just ward, but maybe perhaps get an extra kill. Sunstrike? I heard one. Must have missed though, but yeah, they... Kazu walking back though. He knows that something's up, I'm pretty sure. They can't see anyone on the map right now, so... Being very defensively. Oh. Looks like they're gonna set up for this tower push. Still have the level 1 sub and wards on the Shadow Shaman to help that out. And we stacked are not in any position to trade, but they are in a position to try and go for Roshan. They're pinging it out. You have the tree into tank obviously, and plenty of damage between Tomato and Castle. Well, this one will go down fairly quickly despite the lack of minus armor. well, Tuho, whether they know or not, they're too late to respond to this. They just leave the... Yeah, I don't think they knew. If they did, they would have just committed heavily here in this bottom lane as it stands. They TP'd back, they expected to gank towards that end, and now we are. Now will show himself. This controller's there, the Sunstrike, enough with the right clicks. Yes! Saxa comes through with the Purifying Flames, forced up into the boat. Gonna matter here, TP in the back. Fight's still going, the hacks and cancel, but they still find Demon. Another stun on the high ground, and it's a little bit too deep to dive. Oh man. This Nyx Assassin proving to be a big issue for not just the Park, but also the Alchemist. Obviously can... Oh god. Can stun yourself on with the Radiance very, very easily. Especially if he's coming out of Invis like that. There's no time to really turn it off. But yeah, tier 3 taking some damage. Mika trying to bait out some spells, doing some damage with the silencers. Doesn't drop the call just yet. They can't really fight without the Alchemist. It's 16k net worth missing. They have to give up this tier 3 tower. Qualifier just TP's out.
The seeds of fortune.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And now with tier 3 down, shrines are vulnerable, and vulnerability that they waste no time exploiting, and now coming right back in we are. Shouting out Invis, they're all smoked up. They do see him, so he backs off. This game is not going to be easy for Tuho to come back, especially when they get eyes here too. Nice dodge though. This time around on a stun.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Qualifier can't die, that's the long and short of it. Gonna get some nice gold here though from all these streams. That's something. Need something to help and protect these kind of initiations, and I would say BKB, but I might not get that off in time is the thing, right? Sometimes a Chemical Rage might just be enough to keep him alive. You can just get it off, but well, it'd be quite hard if we got stunned out of Invis even. So on that kit, yeah, he's doing the right thing, right? He's turning the Radiance off whenever he's not using it. That's one way to try and help out. But still, I feel like he just needs more health points. Like a Skadi, perhaps.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Yeah. We'll see what he decides. And I did finish the meta. 4k gold in the bank. He don't think any of the axe upgrades. Oh, what is this? Are they finding Weeha? Not quite. Mickey blow the whole load on him. Not enough damage here, especially with Cans also running interference. Let's call him cooldown for a little bit. And Mickey is just playing defense there in this particular lane. Now bottom. Could be an opportunity is Saxa all left alone with Kazu. Need to find the opening though, that's the other thing. Without Mickey there, they don't actually have best initiations. And yeah, sure you can walk in and X, but it's so telegraphed, takes so long. Can't really make use of that, and now, well, there was a win now, then they just lost it. Tomato, cancel, everyone else making their way towards this bottom lane. It's a tier 2 that they'll probably have to abandon. They made the decision already. 5.4k gold in the bank. At some point Qualifier gonna have to make a decision, one way or the other. Again, I don't think axe upgrades for Steam are really useful at this stage. Unless the other BKBs out? No. BKBs are just yet on Dire side. Octarine Core, there it is. Alright. A little bit more stats. And the heal, of course. Might be enough to help him out now. Start the concoction here. Might find one of them. Tomato, stunned up. Let's get some help though. EMP will not be dodged, but Qualifier still has plenty left. No, well, stand up. We have follow up. All of the spells being dropped here on this alchemist. Managed to start some things off. The Aegis actually was cancelled. The region didn't even get that because we're standing in the Acid Sprays. Bit annoying. Okay, meanwhile though on the other side, Kezu. Oh no. How did that even happen? We were split pushing and getting some kills. The racks are down already. Tuho's down, Tomato. Full stuff forward, they get the stun. Can they get the kill though? The extra health from Saxa makes it so much harder. We, with the stuns, they throw out the Scythe, and this time with the VKB. No interruption, no blocking this one. It'll lead to another kill on Saxa. So at the very least they get something here, finally. Not the big prize though. Tomato was able to make his way out with the sacrifice from his teammates. They also lost the top racks and the split push in the meanwhile. Make no mistake, this is still a game that's getting harder and harder for Tuho to handle. That's what we in Summon actually went for that with an Alchemist in the field, alright. Regardless, now Qualifier leading charge here on his mid lane by claiming this tier 1 tower, some easy money in the bank. Mithril Hammer, so that could be a Maelstrom, but I'm thinking BKB actually. He needs to be able to run about. Needs to be able to actually fight. Oh, look at these. Oh, running around Tomato. Can't quite get in range for any slowdowns, but there it is. Sprout once again. Kezu hexed, axe back into the torrent. This Manta out of it actually. We'll be able to make the retreat, but Tuho also sticking around. Thinking about re-engaging there potentially, but... Oh. Just a matter of sticking close to each other. Because you have to.
The seeds of fortune. Haste.
Yeah, he's alone, he should be fine. Where do you go from here? Welcome. It's actually too crazy in terms of items just yet. He's sitting in 4.5k gold. Lincoln Sphere will be his next item, so it should be useful against the concoction, very easy. To see that coming, of course, and also the Scythe, potentially. Having that on the team is great. If you saw the Drow Ranger with the Diffusal Blade, not the most common choice, but it's very easy damage. Very cost-effective item. And of course, you're up against Necrophos, so having the ability to purge off the Ghost Shroud is always something that you want on your team. Aghanim Scepter works for Nyx Assassin, needs just slightly more than 1000 gold to finish it. Gonna be super annoying to deal with for any sort of high ground defense or push. And Kezu, of course, BKB down to 9 seconds, and the Orchid. Still doing well. Still keeping on top. Only that one death that we saw earlier, and that was about it. Oh, sneak up. They find him with the coil, actually. Good catch. If they can finish him off, he snaps the coil. Tornado trying to interrupt. Got it. And they find Saxa. They lock him down. They won't get the Scythe killed, but at this point, that's not really important on a spot like that. Need to find anything that... you just need to get anything you can find at this point. It's just one of these games. It'll take a while to wind down, one would imagine. Necrophos also not with the less conventional item build for staff, but forced into the BKB as well. Oh god. I missed that, but yeah. Demon too far out. Just trying to get something, trying to get some gold, trying to get some levels. Little guy stuck at level 10 and Sania at 13. So, just the XP disadvantage in this game is crazy. Also perpetuated by the Midas, of course, but also one of the major reasons they are not further behind is that the Alchemist always sitting level 22. Qualifier just soaking up so much all across the map, and he has had to really deliver, if you think about it. They haven't really been able to win a big team fight. Or high ground defense, anything. But right now, keeping lanes pushed out. It's only a matter of time. One would hope, if you're a Tuho fan. Only a matter of time until they... until this Qualifier is completely comfortable going in. He's kind of 6 out already. You can always replace the armlet. You can always get a moonshot. But at this point, I think it's better if you start buying some axe for the rest of your team. I think one would still be Puck, I think. Just because it would... regardless of the fact that it breaks through BKBs, which are now of course in Kazu. Timado also got one. It's also adding 1.5 seconds to break stun duration, so if they do decide to try and set the coil, or if they're forced to somehow via 4 starts, then that's a long duration that they're out of commission. So I feel like that should be the next item for Tuho, but we'll see. Puck has it queued up himself. Oh, this could be a good catch here, Drow Ranger, but BKB and the Oracle old Quake up his own BKB. He's still fighting this. He looked for cancel instead, but he blinks out just as the coil ends. Mickey, I'm trouble with a couple of right clicks, but he's a Puck. He can withstand some of that. Another BKB now used by Garda. Still trying to run people down. Good silence, but there it is, the scythe of the Watski vision. No compromises here. On the side of Tuho, they need to secure these kills. They realize it's gonna drop everything they can. Especially now, if they can get this Roche, they'll go a long way of giving them a fighting chance going forward. He's still Invoker, but without the Drow Ranger, they're missing a huge part of the damage output, but Invoker is all the control that they need. Tornado comes through, the BKBs are down, mind you, but the blink, the silence is there. We are coming through. Going down some control of his own. Make it back up to the high ground. Another boat coming through. Qualifier, and they find a stun, and that is the next assassin. Dropping lower and lower. The coil being dropped as well. Catches 2. Oh, they have detection for the Invoker here, though. They can't quite get the follow-up, so he walks away in a Ghost Walk. Gotta try and TP out. Cold Samples cancel that. Starks is also still on the field here. Another tornado. Will be dodged for the most part. Qualifier on a killing spree in the meantime. Where is he at? I don't know. He was defending down bottom. That was Kazu split pushing again. Got the hell. God damn it. Not gaming. Make it insane, and they're still going. So is Cancel though. He'll find the better end of this trade. Gotta. Still second round. No scythe to work with. Another BKB charge at the very least. Can they find Cancel here? Right clicks. All that they have. All that they need, perhaps. Even with the heals coming through from Saxon. Another Ghost Walk. Come on! It's not enough. It's not gonna be enough. Can you get Socks at least? Yes. The answer is yes. Dodge the Sunstrike. Walk away. Qualifier made it all the way back. Oh, we are also back from the dead here to get Garda with the Cold Snap proc. Qualifier, well, BKB just to prevent himself from being stunned. That would have been a disaster. The silence will miss, so Mika should be able to play his way out of this one now. Damn, what a team fight. Speaking Kazu, man, though. Took another tier 3 top range rack fill. Not sure if he was involved or it's just the creeps. Regardless. Not making too much of a difference just with the range, but... Now this Roshan. We were hoping that they just get it, but the weak stack. Not giving it up for free. I think it could try and sneak it, but he gets stunned up. He's in with. Ouch.
The seeds of fortune.
Arrow there, just on the edge of the Roche pit. Venting in his silicon plate. Oh! Ooh. Yeah, Mika. Okay, it's Sunstruck today at the very least. He's got that going for himself. Yeah. That is Agam Scepter for the Puck, as expected. It could make a huge difference, especially if we stack don't realize that that's a thing. Like if they call with the coil, just pop EKB and try to run it. Well, enough to show it right now. Tornado catches Demon. Let's strike again in the back. Not gonna hit. But the tower will be sieged away. That's the last one in tier 3, just taken out. Being a bit fast here, but hey, okay. Qualifier finishing off the Kazus. Nice 4-star for you, protecting the puck. And you get more. Qualifier leading the charge. We are starting to retreat. They're running into split push issues right now. Because Qualifier, he has to respond to this. He's the only one who can reliably kill Nature's Prophet, but he's also the only one who can reliably kill everyone else. That is the call being snapped. 4.5 seconds. Follow-up stun from Qualifier. Should be able to find his Draw Ranger, and that's the Aegis. Saxa still has his ultimate available to turn things around afterwards. BKB being used. Insania in the middle of that. Right clicks on Tomato, pops his own BKB. Nice little silence on 3. Follow up from Weir with the stun. Tomato's running away. Saxa hasn't popped his ultimate on himself. The hacks bringing him out of the burrow. The shackles to follow. Cancel. They just have to force him back first. Control factor is still insane on this next assassin. They axe him back. Another silence. Tomato's actually stuck around. He's being hexed up. He's dead. We are burst again. The shackles are there. Cancel. Returning to the fight with the EMP. Canceling that. Weha is still alive in his burrow with the elbow Saxa. Finally, they bring down the lurker. Oh, what a fight, but a great victory for Tuho here. They lose Mika, but they don't lose anything else. Even Demon surviving that ordeal. That's a new one for sure. Nature's Prophet, he was out of the picture. That's the only reason they can actually go for this kind of play without losing the entire base. If Kazu's alive, he's alive and kicking, and Tuho take a long team fight like that? They'll lose at least one building. At least. There's no other way around it. Kazu has proven time and time again that he's not above split pushing. Not above playing the rat game. Can potentially go for some shenanigans with the axe, perhaps axe and Boots of Trouble back. An axe Alchemist, that's what I like LA. Only 8 seconds. I've actually seen one of these kills. I'm not sure if that's enough. You also need the attacking here with the Shadow Blade. Can't really stun him up alone because of Lincoln Sphere. Another axe given away. This time to the Necrophos. So 25-second cooldown on the scythe. This next assassin, he has a blink and axe and an ether lens. He's so hard to kill when he's burrowing around. Kinda crazy. Cooldowns on the spells as well. I think if he's burrowed it's like 6 seconds, something like that, along the lines on the Spike Carapace, I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot to put up the in-game overlay, sorry. At the side, BKB just prevent the Spike Carapace from stunning Garda. On 5 seconds anyway, I believe. So now he's still sticking around, gets stunned up. Darkseid, Kazu, everyone else making his way down here as well, apart from in the base. Cancel, he's TPing out Qualifier. He TP'd back here though, he can't be in the fight. It would be a great one for WeStack to take. All they got so far is Demon, and Senia gets a TP. Acceptable casualties. They're making this play though, still lost the range racks in mid. So frustrating to play against. Now, siege will commence. Qualifier. Needs to be in 3 places at the same time, but he can't. Ah, Garda has another BKB for another 10 seconds. He's just straight up dead. He will buy back, and now, well, Corliss down a couple of heroes. They're not walking away from it though. Qualifier trying to focus on one target, and they're turning here over to Tomato, but he gets helped up by Saxa. Great use of the ultimate, just cancelling that stun. Now the scythe, not enough to kill Weir here with the damage reduction. He's still alive, finally dies to the wards. The NATO comes out, Cancel trying to play his way out of it here. Looking for the Midorfeed mid, didn't find him too. Kazu doing his thing, he might give his life for it. They have the vision, they do not. Deathpool's still following him, but unable to really catch up. Got a couple of kills. There's a buyback forced out on Garda, and they still lose the mid-racks. Doesn't even feel like a victory. I have no idea what you do here if you do, huh? I've been in the same position and it is... You hate your life. At least if you're like me, you hate your life when you play a game like this. So it's like, alright, let's fight here. Okay, you also have to look behind the shoulders. Even when you're winning, you're still losing. And Tuho is not even winning that consistently. It's not like they... I mean, sometimes in these kind of games, you can still win if the enemy team can't kill you, but that's not even the case, right? They still need to outplay like crazy if they want to win a team fight. Yeah, especially if Qualifier is not there immediately. It's their only big damage output at this point. Oh, it's coming in. Stunned up. But with the chemical rage going, we should be alright for now. Another tornado, EMP. It's already out of mana, so it doesn't care. Want to get this tower, but can't quite finish it. Stun, double force staff. Now the boat coming through. Can it turn us around? I don't think so. They're just retreating boat. Everyone TPing up. Oh, the hacks cancel. Great positioning there. Going up to the high ground to keep an eye on that. Find demon once again. And well, Kazu. I can't believe it. As I was saying, if you take any sort of team fight, Kazu's life is gonna do this shit. Melee Rex down. Only 41 health points standing between Tuho and Mega Creeps now. And that is force, but can even stop them on time. They should be able to, yeah. Kazu MVP for sure. Well, writing's on the wall for this one. Even with an alchemist on a team who's been unimpeded. Has all the net worth in the world. Moonshot for himself. 2x given over already, I believe. The one on Garda and the one on Puck. All that is not enough to prevent the split push. To prevent the loss here. There it is.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. The Dire now have mega creeps.
Oh, Qualifier almost dies up here. Doesn't have the ultimate going. It's stunned up again. We had a Sunstrike to follow. Oh, I got the ultimate off, but Sunstrike still landed. That's a buyback, obviously, but standing against no injury. BKB used by Kazu. Want to continue buyback TP. They're going to try and take this fight. They need to win this one. They want to have any chance. Kazu in the middle of that, inside the call to keep track of him. But BKB doesn't even have his ultimate. Before he died, so he's gonna die again here, surely. Tomato focusing on him. Doesn't care about Gado's right clicks, and now Saksa with the right ultimate at the right time. This should be the end of it all. Mika and Gado is still alive, but only got one kill so far. Tomato might take out to this, and he will. What the heck's to follow? No more buyback in. The GG is called, and what a frustrating game for Tuho. But a great performance, great strategy. Draft and execution on point for the Wii stack. Team Muff, how are we going to call them? Damn. Kills mean nothing. Throne means everything. They got both in their favor. What a game, what a game. Cancel new Volca, of course. One of his signature heroes. Showing us what he can do. 13-1 at 11. Great plays from him, but it's Kazu always at the right place, in the right place at the right time. The split push just is what's made it really for that team. So we're gonna take I'm gonna take a short break. We'll be back though with the next game soon. Hope it's already up. Careful not to miss it. I'll be right back.